20 years after its launch, Facebook continues to wield profound influence, often taking center stage in our cultural and political debates. However, initial enthusiasm has transformed into mounting concerns and a surge in criticism surrounding the company's practices. From this,
if somebody was to put the question to you about the magnitude of what you think you've launched, how big do you think your product or your service is?
Well, it's impossible to tell.
How did it come to this?
But you have blood on your hands.
Facebook was introduced in 2004, but its foundation was laid a year before when Mark Zuckerberg created FaceMash, a website that lets students rate each other's photos. However, it didn't end well and Zuckerberg was back at it again, creating the Facebook.com, which later became Facebook. Harvard trio Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss and Divya Narendra claimed that Zuckerberg had stolen the idea from their social networking site, Harvard Connection. They filed a case against Zuckerberg, and later the group settled the case out of court. The Winklevoss brothers and Narendra have a story of their own. After launch, the company bought the domain name Facebook.com for $200,000. In its first year, Facebook attracted 1 million users. By the end of 2006, it was made available to anyone over the age of 13, resulting in a significant increase in the number of users, and by 2012 Facebook had surpassed 1 billion users a month, and became a publicly traded company with a valuation of $104 billion. Social networks such as MySpace and Friendster existed before Facebook, but Zuckerberg's site instantly took off. In less than a year it had 1 million users, and within 4 years it had overtaken MySpace. What set Facebook apart from its predecessors was its sleek interface and a user-centric approach that went beyond the norm. Introducing groundbreaking features such as likes, shares, friend counts, and tagging, the platform redefined the user experience. Strong social connection was the keystone of Facebook. Targeting young adults, it became a haven for millennials to stay connected with family and friends, share life updates, and express opinions on a myriad of topics. As MySpace and Friendster were running out of steam, Facebook was gaining momentum through innovations and acquisitions. In the years that followed came a series of acquisitions, making Facebook what it is today. Starting with Instagram, Zuckerberg saw it as a potential rival to his social network. He wanted to neutralize it at any cost and ended up buying it out for $1 billion. In 2014, Facebook bought WhatsApp for $19 billion. And then, in the same year, it acquired Oculus, a virtual reality company, for $2 billion, and this was going to be Facebook's biggest bet of all three. Oculus laid the foundation for Zuckerberg's Meta vision. In 2021, as Facebook turned 18, Zuckerberg and the company decided to rename the company to Meta, which is short for Metaverse, a virtual world where people can connect, socialize, work, and play. Zuckerberg believes that it is the future of the internet, and apparently the future of his company. And when it hasn't been able to buy its rivals, Meta has often been accused of copying them in order to maintain its dominance. Facebook Stories is similar to a key feature found on Snapchat. Instagram Reels is the company's answer to the challenge posed by TikTok, and Threads is Meta's attempt to imitate X or Twitter. Facebook revolutionized the realm of social media, but there was a price to be paid by the users, and users paid twice, with their data and with their attention span. Attention is a valuable commodity, eagerly sought after by advertisers. The ability to create precise personality profiles from user data, garnered through actions like likes and dislikes, allows platforms to tailor messages with laser precision to potential customers. Collecting extensive user data enables platforms to flood timelines with content tailored to individual interests, aiming to keep users engaged for prolonged periods. And Facebook proved that collecting our likes and dislikes is extremely lucrative business.
You're doing that, and I guess advertising is the model?
Advertising is the model, but I don't think we've arrived at what the final advertising solution is going to be.
After luring a significant sector of humanity into digital addiction, Facebook has played a major role in eroding the concept of privacy. As an advertising giant alongside Google, Meta dominates global advertising revenue, reporting over $40 billion for the last quarter of 2023. However, its extensive data collection practices have resulted in multiple fines, controversies, and political scrutiny all over the world over mishandling personal data and user safety. One of the biggest controversies that Facebook was involved in was the Cambridge Analytica scandal, which used data of Facebook users without permission to create voter profiles. It led to Facebook paying $725 million to settle legal action. In 2022, Facebook also paid a €265 million over privacy breach. And last year the company was issued with a record $1.3 billion fine by the Irish Data Protection Commission for transferring European users' data outside of the jurisdiction.
Teenagers 13 to 17 years old, do you want them using Meta products more or less?
I'd like them to be useful enough that they want to use them more.
I used to work at Facebook. I joined Facebook because I think Facebook has the potential to bring out the best in us. But I'm here today because I believe Facebook's products harm children, stoke division, and weaken our democracy. The company's leadership knows how to make Facebook and Instagram safer, but won't make the necessary changes because they have put their astronomical profits before people.
Apart from privacy woes, the company is being boiled down over child safety issues. Companies like Facebook have built their systems with far more concern about their ability to generate clicks and attention than about governance mechanisms that might mitigate their harmful impacts.
Did I hear you say in your opening statement that there's no link between mental health and social media use?
The bulk of the scientific evidence does not support that.
Well, really, let me just...
Studies have suggested a link between social media use and feelings of isolation, depression, and self-harm. Facebook and Instagram have contributed to the epidemic of teen suicide. The company has been accused of manipulating emotions and targeting individuals based on psychological vulnerabilities. The detrimental impact of Facebook on the younger generation, immersed in the online realm, is just enormous. The platform's pervasive alienation, along with its facilitation of bullying and sexual harassment, poses serious concerns for child safety and mental health. Facebook played a significant role in political movements, from the Arab Spring to Black Lives Matter and other global campaigns. The ability to mobilize people on a massive scale became a hallmark of the platform, and by offering targeted advertising it has become a major platform for election campaigning around the world. But the adoption of Facebook for political ends has been criticized for many of its consequences and impacts on human rights. In 2016, Russia was accused of exploiting Facebook to influence the U.S. presidential elections. 2 years later, the Cambridge Analytica scandal unfolded, revealing the unauthorized analysis of approximately 50 million Facebook profiles to manipulate voter behavior. In Myanmar, a UN inquiry linked Facebook to disinformation and harassment contributing to genocide. Amnesty International denounced Facebook's surveillance-based business model, emphasizing the aggregation of vast user data, creating detailed profiles and monetizing them by selling them to advertisers. During the 2020 U.S. presidential election, Facebook groups like Stop the Steal played a role in perpetuating the unfounded claim of a stolen vote. In December last year, Human Rights Watch released a detailed report on Meta's tactics of systemic censorship of pro-Palestinian social media content, through tactics like content removal, account deletion, and shadow banning. For the longest time, the powers behind the social media platforms seemed unfazed by the consequences of their creations and allowed the attention economy to proliferate. The polarization of society, the intensity of political debates, and surge of wild conspiracy theories, all have been connected to platforms like Facebook. But who's been holding them accountable? Despite the uproar from senators and officials worldwide, governments have struggled to regulate social media giants effectively. It's been a game of catch-up, with the harmful impacts continuing to unfold. The question remains, can regulations catch up with the ever-evolving tech landscape, and are social media platforms ready for record elections in 2024, when over half of the world's population will be going to the polls? Facebook was not the first social media website, but it is the only one that stayed relevant for so long. After 20 years, Facebook is less popular than it used to be, but it is still the world's largest social media network and has ushered in a new era of social activity online. It has evolved into an unparalleled technology empire, wielding enormous influence with its vast user base. Through strategic expansion into less connected regions and initiatives like providing free internet, the platform has not only sustained but consistently expanded its user numbers. At the close of 2023, Facebook alone reported 2.1 billion daily users. Presently, Meta's various services have a total of around 3.9 billion users. The number it directly affects will surpass half the planet's population in the very near future. But maintaining its crown as the most popular social network will be challenging over the next years as the industry is changing at a breakneck speed. Meta itself is now focusing towards building its business around metaverse and artificial intelligence, and kind of moving on from Facebook. For Mark Zuckerberg, the best is yet to come, and as he figures out how to put a headset on everybody's face, Zuckerberg has already testified before Congress 8 times, and it seems like this won't be the last time.
I started Facebook, I run it, and I'm responsible for what happens here.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to give a like and subscribe for more latest from the world of technology. Take care and see you in the next one.